With the release of the intelligent Harmony robot from Realdoll designed for love pleasures, the topic of sex robots has gained even more popularity, especially after Harmony was tested by a real buyer. It would seem Harmony could be called the face of the company, but she does not have a single face. At the request of the customer, it can be endowed with almost any appearance. And uniqueness at the moment is functionality. In addition to the show, you can choose a character, mannerisms, etc. That is, you get not just a sex doll, but an interlocutor who is able to analyze and remember your words. She also reacts to touch and can simulate pleasure. The first tester gave her a score of 8.5 out of 10 when compared to a real woman. Is a humanoid android capable of replacing a romantic relationship with a real person? Judging by the popularity of the first robots, some individuals do not need these relationships at all. The age of pure consumption dictates its own rules and leads us to the era of cyberpunk. The topic of the transition of sexual relations into the cyber environment causes a lot of attention, not by how people are amazed by the achievements of robotics, but by how the development of such technologies will affect the social system. After all, in fact, an analog of a real sexual partner has been developed. Will a robot be able to replace a romantic relationship with a person, or even just intercourse with living representatives of their desires? Now, the price threshold for such products is quite high, so it's too early to worry about its serious impact on society. Nevertheless, an interesting experiment has already been conducted. Director Jimmy Mayhill, who is shooting a documentary about sex robots, has opened an account for Harmony on Tinder, and there were many people who were ready to sleep with a robot. If we imagine that everyone would have the opportunity to get an alternative to a real partner, and there are both female and male models, would this change the demographic picture for the worse and reduce the number of marriages? And most importantly, on what scale? So far, this question remains open. However, it is likely that this will minimize SDs, sexual violence, harassment, and the number of abortions. Robots with artificial intelligence will displace people not only from professions, but also from classical relationships. Technologies, as they develop, displace a person from different professions, but will they be able to displace him from sexual life? It's worth thinking about. What roles does sex perform? Agree that this is not exclusively the satisfaction of a need. This is at least the interaction of two, and maybe more, people. In addition to the fact that a person fulfills natural needs, he receives from this recognition of his own attractiveness and ability to satisfy another person. This factor should not be underestimated, because it can seriously affect many other aspects of life. Awareness of one's desirability is directly related to self-esteem, because we live in a socio-cultural environment. Of course, not every sexual experience can be called successful, and failures in this area can give rise to many complexes, and the fear of failure will dictate the demand for products from companies such as Realdoll. In addition, in the traditional understanding of sex, most fantasies and non-standard ways to engage in them, many will simply call perversions. Because of this, many people are enslaved in their desires, and it is difficult for them to share them with a partner. And a sex robot will not refuse and will not condemn, and this is its main advantage. Will robots help in solving social problems, or on the contrary, will only aggravate them with their existence? In the 21st century, another problem is becoming more acute. It is becoming increasingly difficult for people to have strong and healthy relationships. Probably, you have already met personalities who consider long novels burdensome because they are not a priority in their lives. Yet again, the analog of a live partner solves all these problems. And won't this lead to the fact that people trapped in the grip of technology will eventually start? Oppress sex robots that are not essentially human? A similar development of events can be observed on the example of highly developed androids in the game Detroit become human. With the current development of AI, it's too early to talk about this, but the above problem will definitely make itself felt, whatever one may say. But the current robots for satisfying sexual needs are still far from being compared with a real prototype. The former can give only primitive sensations, while by entering into communication with the person who attracts us and finding someone with similar preferences, we can get much more. It turns out, That Robots for Love appeared only because of the fears and risks of making this communication. Probably, this question remains open at the moment. The ability to walk and talk, and when necessary, to be sympathetically silent, an ideal figure that can easily change depending on men's wishes. The most modern sex robot Harmony is so attractive that many men are likely to prefer it to a live girl. Hello, man. My name is Harmony, and I was created to be the perfect partner. The Harmony 2.0 sex robot welcomes the world, which its creator, Matt McMullen, calls the first massively accessible sex robot in the world. In the finished form, Harmony is not only sociable but also devilishly attractive. Huge eyes, a wasp waist, and large breasts, the size of which can change at the request of the client. Zero source. Daily Mail Company. The Harmony 2.0 prototype is already fully ready and comprehensively tested. The creator of Mechanical Girl, Matt McMullen, promises that Harmony will go on sale in January 2018. It will cost approximately from $8,500 to $18,000, depending on how many individual changes will have to be made to the base model. Harmony exists in many ways. She has 30 faces, 16 body types, a wide range of breast sizes from A to 3, 19 types of nipples, and 11 forms of genitals. In addition, the nature of Harmony can also be chosen to your taste. It can be sensual and modest, silent and talkative. A modest option, however, has already provoked protests by anti-violence fighters. In their opinion, using the services of a mechanical woman who has not expressed explicit consent is the same as institutionalizing rape. Zero source. Daily Mail Company. Such accusations are not as harmless as it seems at first glance. Anyone who is interested in the topic of developing sex robots, in memory of the case of Dafa Hines, the creator of a sex robot named Frigid Farah. When trying to touch her genitals, Farah starts saying, "I don't like it. Stop it." After the model appeared on the market, Hines faced a wave of accusations of encouraging sexual violence. Now, he has refused to sell Frigid Farah, apparently afraid of the possibility of a very real punishment. To work with Harmony, a special application for a smartphone or tablet is required, which allows the user to program her personality. Harmony is able to remember the names of your relatives, your favorite color, a book, or a movie. She even knows how to greet the owner with the phrase, "Hello, Doragoy." Alas, at the same time, she is not capable of the little tenderness that people need so much. Hug, cuddle up to her shoulder, put her head on her chest, or accept such small caresses herself. In the future, McMullen promises to eliminate this problem by adding sensors to the robot's hands and fingers. Thanks for attention. Put likes, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to click on the bell.